Come on, get the dog off here. There's no place for the dog. Come on, we're starting the show. Knock it off with the dog. Jeez. Crushed. There now, it's very neat. Would you mind leaving? Just a minute.
Beast.
The Ernie Kovacs Show. Kovacs, Edie Adams. Tonight's special guests, the Treniers. With Henry Lasco, Al Kelly, Bill Wendell, Barbara. And introducing tonight, definitely, for sure, honest to goodness, the fabulous Nairobi Trio. Here he is, the star of our show, Ernie Kovacs.
Thank you. Thank you very much. How come we don't help with dancing girls or something? We should. How many people in that rating, how many people watch the show? About 10, 12 million people? There are 10 to 12 million people watching right now. And I got a hole in my sock. Honest to goodness, I just put my socks on. Wait, look. Just show you down here. See that? 10 to 12 million people watching, and I got a hole in my sock. That's graceful. But that's, Mrs. Kovacs will do that tonight when she finishes singing and fooling around and wasting her time on television. I think I've got these in the right order. Here. Right here. It's awfully hard to keep these straight because they told me to, if I didn't put them in the right order that I'd get heck. Supposed to go. There have been an awful lot of accidents on some of the other shows. They're just carelessness. That's it. Well, I feel like I've at least ensured some safety for the show, that we won't be having difficulties tonight, because these things can get a little messy. There. Never keep the beer cool on the show. Nobody cares. It's just one of those little things where you just have to do everything for yourself. There now. We will have tonight a guest or two with us that I think you'll be any male? A guest or two that I think you might be most interested in, very excitingly so. While this gentleman is not a guest, he's going to stop by to say hello. Jerome Thor, Foreign Intrigue. Have the Treniers, a very exciting act. And we will start out with something that is done with incandescents. It's blues in the night with lots of incandescents around it, and in the middle, there's a lot of blonde incandescents by the name of Edie Adams. Skull.
My mama done told me when I was in pigtails. My mama done told me, she said, "Hon, now a man's gonna sweet talk and give you the big eye. But when that sweet talk is done, a man is a two-faced, a worrisome thing who leaves you to sing those blues in the night. Now the rains are falling, hear the train a-calling. Ooh, my mama done told me, hear that lonesome whistle blowing across the trestle. Ooh, my mama done told me, ahoo, ahoo, clickety-clacker, echoing back those blues. In the night, the evening breeze will set the trees to sighing, and the moon will shed its light. When you get those blues in the night, take my word, the mockingbird will sing the saddest kind of song. He knows when things go wrong, and he's right. Natchez to Mobile, from Memphis to St. Joe, wherever the four winds blow. Now I've been in some big towns, and I heard me some big talk. But there is one thing that I know. A man is a two-faced, a worrisome thing who leaves you to sing those blues in the night. Ooh, my mama was right. There's blues in the night.
Many viewers of television and listeners to radio who sit at home listening to commercials never fully know the behind-the-scenes activity that goes into the making of these recorded commercial jingles. We will take you backstage to witness the rehearsal and actual recording of a singing commercial.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen?
Gentlemen. Yes. Maestro?
Maestro?
Maestro.
Miss Swope and gentlemen.
Maestro.
You said that. Today we are recording a scene commercial for gum stickers. Any questions? Miss Swope?
Whose?
Whose?
Whose gummed stickers?
Nobody's in particular. Anyone's, everybody's gum stickers. This is institutional copy. All of the gum sticker people have contributed toward this commercial to sell gum stickers to the public.
What kind of gum stickers are these, Maestro?
The kind you put in notebooks so the pages won't get torn. Is that right, Maestro?
I believe you've defined the product rather neatly, Mr. Thornton. New watch, Mr. Hamming?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Not now. Later, perhaps. Tomorrow. Or the next day. Well, then. Now then, we will begin at the beginning. We will sing this a cappella. 1, 2, and 3. I said a cappella, gentlemen.
That's what we're doing, Maestro. You can't get much more a cappella than that.
A cappella means unaccompanied voices without instruments. Now then, Miss Swope, let us hear yours from letter A, bell note, please. One will suffice. Miss Swope is not musically incompetent. All right. Now then, letter A.
Now to high school students and to great big burly businessmen in your brief.
Now then, Miss Swope, from letter A, bell note, please. All righty. Perhaps we can add just the piano. It will be a cappella with piano. All right, Miss Swope and gentlemen, remember we are going to sell gum stickers on an institutional basis. Let us not lose the dignity of the product in our rendition. Pianist, would you play those last few bars, please? Now, Miss Swope, without the piano.
We have a young lady who last week brought us Marilyn Monroe, and the week before did some wonderful things for us. And I would like her to tell you the thing that she's going to do tonight. She's very, very fond, Edie Adams is, of musical comedies, and she has been thinking about various ways of presenting big hits from musical comedy. So, Edie Adams.
The current trend in French singers is to take an American popular song and sing it in French. Well, I wonder how many of us realize that the very same thing is going on in Germany right at this very moment. I'm sure we're all familiar with the musical Pajama Game, with its hit song, Hey There, You with the Stars in Your Eyes, Love Never Made a Fool of You, You Used to Be Too Wise, Hey There, You with Your Nose in the Air, She has you dancing on a string. Break it, and she won't care. Well, these are very beautiful words, and here is perhaps how this song might be sung in a German nightclub.
Achtung, du mit dir starr in die Augen. Lieb, nein, hat Macht, ein Dummkopf, du. Du aber erst ein Waisenheimer. Achtung, du an das Hochfliegen Wolke. Da nicht wert, ein Kram zu dir. Du denkst einen Tag, kommt zu dir. Mit der Schnase in der Luft. Hat zu tanzen in ein Schnur. Schnitter. Und dann kaputt. Wenn du lässt und du das Rad, gibt zu dir wie ein Bruder. Oder was du nicht sehen denkst, zu klar. Was du smooching around too much, zu hard. Oder ist alles gehen in ein Uhr und raus die Ader.
I don't know if, I don't have any shirt on, don't think I'm being fancy. I don't know if you've enjoyed the things that we've enjoyed so much with the dances. We've just had a great ball with them, and Bob Hamilton has been the most patient guy in the world. Last week, we showed you how a television dance is rehearsed. Now, this week, we'd like to show you something about a chess game down here. So this is the pawn, and it's the story of this fella right here.
stay here. All right. Now, tonight we're all set for the big bust out. Everybody gets a file, and we all start filing at 9:04:32. We're all done at 9:08:36. Then we bust out through the kitchen, down through the library, and we bust out in the street. Any questions?
What's a bust out?
A breakout, you get me? Harold, you give them the instructions again so we can know what it's all about.
At 9:04:32, you go out into the space.
Yeah.
Now, we move to the kitchen, we have a safe, we don't know which is the top.
Oh, we don't go to...
No, only on the safe because there's the wing. Now, the wings of the safe got their own flavor, which we know is a seed, and you have a Talbot.
Who goes first? You or I?
You're mixing me up. Let me explain. Now, we have a safe, and he's right.
All right, back into your cells.
Knock off the harmonica, will you?
Knock off the harmonica, Chester.
Chester, knock off the cake and have the seven harmonica.
Hey, God, how much longer I gotta stay on bread and water?
3 more days, Steve. And it'll be longer if you can't keep your big fat lip button.
Oh, have a heart. You know I can't live on bread and water.
You heard me, fat stuff. Bread and water for 3 more days. Here's a letter for you.
It's from Stella. Dear Steve, this makes 15 4th of July since
I've last seen you, and you're still salted away. Remember when I told you I was going to knit socks to pass away the time? For a while I used to send the socks to the Army. After I finished with the Army, next I outfitted the entire Navy, Air Force, and half of Ripley's marching Chinese. Boy, I sure miss you, Steve. Just the other night, Louis and I were down at our old spot on the beach, parked in his beer truck, talking about how much I miss you. Louis is a real loyal friend of yours, Steve. So I won't be lonely. He takes me out every night, except when Mike's in town. You remember Mike, don't you, Steve? Mike and I go to some quiet place to dance, so I can tell him how much I miss you. Of course, Mike don't dance nothing like you used to. But then on the other hand, they're not doing the turkey trot anymore either. Yours faithfully, Stella.
Don't forget, bust out is tonight.
I can't hear you.
Knock off with that harmonica! I said we're planning a bust out for tonight.
You mean we're going to break out of jail?
You're sharp, Steve. You're as sharp as you ever was.
How are we going to do it, Louis?
Wait a minute. Hey, Harold!
Yeah?
Give me the hoagie.
Here's the hoagie.
I can't. Oh. Should I make a break for it with my buddies, or should I be a rat?
We're gonna make a break for it tonight.
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 We're going to make a break for it tonight. You remember who, don't you, Steve? You remember Henry, don't you, Steve? You remember Mike, don't you, Steve? You remember Albert, don't you, Steve? You remember Mama, don't you, Steve? All alone by the telephone. Da-da-da-da-da. Hello, Jerome? Jerome?
Jerome!
Oh, I'd love to. Steve? He's still salted away. Salted away, salted away, salted away, salted away, salted away, salted away. Yours faithfully, Stella.
Guard! Hey, guard!
You're a hero, Steve. You're out on parole, you stool pigeon.
Talking around dynamite. Steve!
Stella!
Steve!
Stella!
Steve!
Stella!
Stella!
Steve!
Did you bust out, Steve?
No, I tore a rat and got a pardon. I noticed you got out, Stella. Guess you got out and used yourself with them dull guys because you was lonely.
Well, yeah, Steve, that's right. That's the way it is, you know.
You ain't gonna be lonely no more, Stella.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna run out and get a job. I want you to stay here. And when I come back, a lot of money will celebrate. But you ain't here for me.
You mean you're going to get a job and go to work?
I'm gonna get a job, Stella.
Oh!
Mr. Bigby, there's a Steve Lester outside.
All right, send him in. Bigby talks to everybody. Well,
Oh, yes. I'd like to see you about a job, sir.
you wish to work for our firm?
Yes, sir, I do. I'll work hard, sir.
Any experience?
Yes, sir, I played shortstop on a prison baseball team for 15 years.
Well, we don't have much call for that. Where have you been for the past 2 years?
I've been in prison, sir.
Well, I'm afraid we have no openings.
Well, I'm afraid we have no openings.
Well, I'm afraid we have no openings.
I'm afraid we have no openings. Well, I'm afraid we have no openings.
Well, we have the hope that the tide don't see the paddy.
Mr. Lester is here again, sir.
I couldn't find no job, no place, sir, and you had such a kind face, I thought maybe...
All right, Steve, I'll give you a chance.
I appreciate that, sir.
You're a good boy, Steve. I'm going to take a chance with you. You're now in charge of payroll.
You will regret this, sir.
I know it, Steve.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. This is Pierre Argout. I would like to tell you a petite story. This is about a golden ball and a young princess who owned these golden balls. This princess was, how you say in English? How you say in English, I cannot say on television. Once upon a time, this young princess was in this castle in Budapest, a little village just outside of a small town. And her mother and father was the king and the queen, and the king and the queen every night before dinner would sit in the cocktail bar in the palace, and they would have a little cocktail before dinner. And the king was just mixing the martini, and he said to the queen, from now on, I will mix the martini. Here's a bottle of vermouth I bought only 7 years ago. It is half gone. So the queen said, you are making too much martinis and taxing peasants. You do nothing else. Your hand is shaking like a brain surgeon in a cheap movie. So just then the king said, don't be smart. Come on, I play you a game of darts. So the king is taking the darts and throwing them at the dart board. And just then the young princess is coming to the room, you know? No. I must remember that word I cannot use on television. And she's walking to the room, and just then the king says, I do a Francis shot, and he throws the dart over his shoulder, a stick in the young princess' head. So he turned to her and he said, look, you're spoiling the game. Why you do not play outside like the other children? So the young princess said, okay, Papa. She pulled out the dart, she put it on the tableau, she took the golden ball, and she dribbled the ball like the Harlem Globetrotter, you know? Trotted ball down the hall, out to les front porte, that's the front door in English, down the steps until she came to this big well. And she is bouncing the ball near the big well, and suddenly the ball bounces up, and inside the well, he falls down there, and the princess say in Hungarian, son of a gun. I have lost the golden ball. Just then she had a croaking sound come from the well. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Say the princess, you know. And so it is a frog inside. And she said, who is croaking? And the frog said, I am croaking. Then she made a joke, you know. You are not dead. And he said, hey, babe. Now, the little frog say, hey, stupido, bambino, you would like to have the little golden ball? She says, I would indeed. He says, I make a deal, a bet with you. Pull me up first. So she take out the little frog, she put him on the ground, the frog. So now he says, I am a young, handsome prince who was changed into a frog by a wicked witch. You can break this spell by letting me stay in your room overnight. Okay, said the princess. Give me the ball. So the frog gave the princess the golden ball. And the princess took the little frog back to the castle with her and put him in her room on the chaise longue. And then the princess went to sleep. The next morning, she woke up, looked around her, sleepy, she looked. Suddenly, standing in front of her, a handsome young prince. And do you know that to this day, her mother and father do not believe this story? This is Pierre Argout saying bonsoir. Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs.
Thank you, Pierre. Last week when I did Oh Johnny 3 different ways, the third version was rock and roll. Well, during the week we received a great deal of mail saying that real rock and roll deserves equal time. And so here they are, the fabulous Treniers.
And high above, who was new, and so was love. Almighty singing, lover, where can you be? Right here, you came in last, sometimes day, that day has passed, you've gone away. This singing, almighty singing, lover. lover, come back to me. I remember every little thing we used to do. I'm so lonely. Every road I walked along, I walked along with you. No wonder I am lonely. The sky was blue, the light was cold, the moon was new, but love was old. And while I'm waiting in this heart of mine, take me lover, come back to me. I am lonely. The sky was blue, the night was cold, the moon was new, but love was old. And while I'm waiting here, this heart of mine is Come back to me. Come back to me. Come back to me. Lover, come back to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know that you've seen our last two shows and have been waiting to see the Nairobi Trio. Unfortunately, Ernie has told you in the past shows that they have been unable to make an appearance. But we are very happy to say that they are with us tonight. We went to a great deal of trouble and expense to bring them here, but here they are. The wonders of show business, ladies and gentlemen, the Nairobi Trio.
Do, mi, do. re, sol. Do, mi, do, fa, re, sol, sol, do. Do, mi, fa, si, re, si, mi. La, do, la, fa, re, sol, sol. Do, mi, do, fa, si, re, si, mi. La, do, la, fa, re, sol, sol, do. Mi, do, la, re, fa, re, sol. Mi, do, la, re, sol, sol. Mi, do, la, re, fa, re, sol. Mi, do, la, re, sol, sol, do. Do, mi, si, re, si, la, do, la, fa, re, sol, sol. Do, mi, do, fa, si, re, si, la, do, la, fa, re, sol, sol, do.
That was worth waiting 2 weeks for. And here's the gentleman responsible for it all, Ernie Kovacs. Ernie?
I didn't take the gloves off. Didn't hurt, did it? I'm the one in the middle, Mother. Did you know me? We have time to say goodnight to, I guess, what has just been one of the most wonderful bunches of people we've had the pleasure to gather with for a long time. We'd like to bring on some of our friends, Edie Adams and Henry Lasco and Al Kelly and Bill Wendell, Louis Nye, Barbara Loden, Bob Hamilton, Harry Sosnick, to you, thank you.
And the Treniers.
The Treniers, Jerome Thor, Peter Hanley, and a young lady here also. I guess you,
Hello. Remember me?
yes, we do, Barbara, and you were a wonderful sport last week.
Yes.
Next week, but the producer showcase will be with Rosalinda, and we'll be back right after that. Thank you, and good night again.